What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Leo coming at you guys with another video. So, I thought about making this video for a little bit. I've been kind of postponing it, and I feel like right now is a good time to do it. So, this is how I booked Liv Morgan from now, which is basically like the day before the Rumble and everything, but a little fantasy booking, if you will, right? So, here's how I book her. And basically, I'm going to be going from Royal Rumble up until WrestleMania. Now, I'm not saying what I'm going to say will happen, because I feel like it won't, but if it does, right, out of curiosity. So, Liv Morgan enters the Royal Rumble, right? She's already announced to be in the Royal Rumble match. And I feel like she should have a good showing in that match. I feel like she should be like that Iron Man, like that underdog, because they've been kind of building up as an underdog for the longest already. You could tell by her feuds in the Money in the Bank match and her feud with Becky. You could tell that's what they were kind of booking her as, right? So you have her enter maybe not early, but maybe like number 10 or 12 or something like that. Have her get a few eliminations, and she has a huge win, and she eliminates Charlotte Flair in the Royal Rumble match. Imagine the pot she would get of eliminating Charlotte Flair, and that's a little seed that you can plant towards, WrestleMania, which is what I'm about to get at. So she ends up winning the Rumble, and maybe she eliminates who I think she can eliminate that would get a pop. I don't know if you would have her eliminate Bianca or something like that. Maybe another heel or something like that. I don't know who she would eliminate if I had to look. If I'm looking down the roster, maybe the final four I can see being Liv Morgan, Bianca, Ronda Rousey, and Charlotte. I would have those as the final four, right? Liv eliminates Charlotte, and it is now down to the final three. Now, I'm not saying if Ronda Rousey comes back, she's probably gonna win if she comes back, right? We're under the pressure, but you know how sometimes WWE likes to pull swerves and stuff like that, so you never know. But for the sake of this video and the sake of this feud and the story that I'm trying to build, which is going to be Liv Morgan versus Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And plus, I feel like she's a better fit on SmackDown than she is in Raw. If she's on Raw, she's going to get lost in the shuffle, I feel like. But if she's on SmackDown, she has a little bit more time to flourish and get on the top of the card than opposed to being on Raw. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I went with this video. So she wins the Rumble because maybe like Bianca and Ronda Rousey are going at it, throwing punches. They are going crazy. Everybody's getting into it, and like both of them are like trying to get each other on the top rope, and Liv Morgan comes full speed and just eliminates them both. And she will get a huge pop because she eliminated two of the biggest stars in the women's division. Of course, you're gonna get a pop, and then plus you're gonna get a even bigger pop because you eliminated Charlotte Flair. No one likes Charlotte Flair. I'm just being honest. I mean, there are some that do, but if you're looking at the way if you watch wrestling right now, you see she gets booed every time she gets into the arena. You might have like one or two people that might cheer, but other than that, outside of that, I don't think she's been getting cheered as of late. So you can do this, and there's a story here. There's a story that you can build in this feud, because I remember when she was facing Becky, the story was that when Becky announced her pregnancy, she told Liv Morgan, "When I come back, you're gonna be the champion." That didn't happen. Now, if you're looking at her versus Charlotte, there's a story there, because if you remember back on SmackDown in 2019, she had cut a promo. She told Charlotte, "It's always women like you that, because of people like me, never get opportunities." Then they had a match on SmackDown, and we all know she lost. She lost to Charlotte Flair, but she said, "When I come back, I'm gonna be a different Liv Morgan." She cut that promo right after that match, and said, "I'm gonna be a different Liv Morgan when I do make my return to the WWE." And she changed up her character a little bit, so she was a different Liv Morgan. Now what you can do is have that play into the story. And plus, I feel like, opposed to her, if she was to fight Becky, right? it was mixed because people were cheering for Becky and people were cheering for Liv Morgan, of course. But if you have her face Charlotte, then it's clear cut that she's gonna be the babyface because everybody's gonna be cheering her, and then everybody's gonna be booing Charlotte. So that is one of the other reasons why I feel like, and plus, if you're looking at the bookings, not the booking standpoint, but like the factor, right? If you're looking the way how she'll be perceived, then with Charlotte than she was with Becky, she's going to get a bigger pop. She's going to get more cheers. She's going to get more of the crowd behind her than she was when she was facing Becky. So you have all that played in the story. You have the story of Charlotte being this dictator that says, you will never beat me. You will never be in my shoes. I'm the best. You can't beat me. Even on your best and on my worst, you can't beat me. They go back and forth. Charlotte brings up, you've been here for so long, you never won a championship because the reason why you don't have the it factor, this or that. And Liv Morgan says, the only reason why you've been champions because you've been having people back you up all this time. And it's about time somebody knocks you down a peg or something like that. Have them go do some things like that, right? And Elimination Chamber, they have it where Charlotte's starting to stack the deck up against Liv. And this basically, really going to get the crowd behind. Even though she won the Royal Rumble, Charlotte does like some backstage politicking or something. It says, even though you won the Royal Rumble, you have to earn a shot at me for my championship. And basically, Sonya Deville, being the heel that she is, she backs up her plan and goes along with her plan and says, if you can beat her at Elimination Chamber, then you have the match. You get the match that you want at WrestleMania. Because she, after her win at the Royal Rumble, she kind of spends like a couple weeks going between Raw, SmackDown, maybe NXT, figuring out who she wants to compete against. You have Becky on Raw, this Raw Women's Champion. SmackDown, you have Charlotte, and NXT right now, you have Mandy Rose. So you have her go between these three brands, getting the feel of things before she makes her final verdict and her final decision to figure out who she wants to compete against at WrestleMania. And after a while, she picks Charlotte Flair. And she gets a huge pop because people would I feel like this match has the potential to be entertaining and has a potential to be a good match on the card. And it would be a huge thing for her because if you beat Charlotte, you are definitely the next woman up. Because I feel like if you're looking at the women's division, I feel like I give her like that Roman Reigns type of vibe because she's the top of the card always. And if you get a win over her, you're more likely to be the next woman up in the company. That type of thing. So I feel like for that alone, I would have her win the Royal Rumble to face Charlotte because I feel like it would be a huger win than her beating Becky Lynch. And plus, if you're looking at the Raw side, you have these people coming after Becky Lynch, and you know they're more likely going to go with Bianca versus Becky, or Ronda versus Becky, or Asuka versus Becky, like all those type of feuds. But on SmackDown, you don't have that. It's not clear to what the plan is going to be for the SmackDown Women's Championship going into WrestleMania than it is for the Raw Women's Championship. So for that alone, I kind of would like to see how that would play out. So at Elimination Chamber, she gets a win, but by DQ. I'm not really a big fan of it, but they probably want to say a win like her getting pinned clean or whatever for WrestleMania. So that's why you will have Liv Morgan win it by DQ. And then from there, you continue building up the story that Liv is solidifying her as the underdog in the story and her overcoming all these odds that Charlotte keeps throwing at her to get to WrestleMania. Kind of similar to how they were stacking the deck up against Daniel Bryan in the WrestleMania 30 build up before he was added to the WWE World Championship match. But if we're excluding like the match with Triple H and Daniel Bryan, if we're trying to make this like for Liv Morgan, you don't have to really do that. She's won the Royal Rumble. She's beaten Charlotte, even though it was by DQ. But now she still has the match at WrestleMania, and it's set. Liv Morgan versus Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I want to say maybe like night 2, maybe night 2. And then, and we have I want to say how long I feel like this match should go. Maybe we have like a 10, maybe 15 minute banger of a match. Liv is doing everything she can. She's doing high flying moves, suicide dives, and Charlotte is trying to go for the figure eight, she hits her with maybe a natural selection, and she kicks out. She hits Liv with a spear and kicks out, and Charlotte is trying to figure out what is it going to take for me to put down Liv, but Liv is keeping the energy going. The crowd is fueling her up to keep her in this match, to overcome the odds, to win the championship, and what happens? Charlotte Flair gets a little bit too overzealous, and her ego starts to get the best of her, and it costs her the match, because as soon as she turns around, she gets hit with Oblivion off the top rope, and boom, 1, 2, 3, and new SmackDown Women's Champion Liv Morgan. And there you go. You have a huge story that has you had a good build. Even though the elimination match wasn't the best, but it made up for it with their encounter at WrestleMania for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And and not only that, you built her back up, you put her at the top of the card, and you had her win the championship. You had her beat one of the best in the company. And there you go. You made a new star, you have a new champion, and everybody's happy. It's simple as that. I don't know any other way to do that, but it's just simple as that. But yeah, that's how we book Liv Morgan from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania. I want to hear you guys' opinions. I want to hear what you guys think. How would you book her if you had the opportunity to book Liv Morgan from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania? And we'll probably have a little discussion about that. But like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.